Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is DVU Overtime. I am your host, Daniel Corbett. Alongside with me is Justin J.B. Bryant.
What's up, y'all? What's good, Doylestown?
And we're just in here, just two young men, a part of a podcast club, and we're going to talk to you about like what's happening in the sports world at Del Valle. So, let's get started. So the first topic is, obviously, what happened this past weekend with Stevenson and Del Valle and Stevenson. I know this was a very big game, a very crucial game. I think it was for the MAC championship, right? Well, you could say
it was basically like that. It was basically a sneak peek of that, but it was basically a lot of emotions on the table that game due to last season, how we were shut out for the first time in almost 10 plus years. So it was a lot of emotion. They were the team that won the MAC, so we had to give them a warm welcome to Doylestown that we don't play that. So it was nice for us to get that 27-7 win. And I'm not going to lie, we're looking a little scared right now. I mean, around this time last year, we weren't clicking on all cylinders. It's just this year we're more calm, cool, and collected. We're so focused at practice to the point when we're playing the game, everybody's having fun and everybody's just doing great.
Right,
both sides of the ball.
As it should be. Oh yeah, I failed to mention JB is also part of the football team.
Yeah.
So obviously he knows better than I do how the team is functioning better this year than compared to last year. And that's a great point that you brought up. I mean, coming from somebody that's in the stands and watching y'all play, it looks like y'all are really having fun out there. Like that's what football should be about. It should be like I often tell people, like, I used to play football here at Del Valle, and but that's a different story. I often tell people, like, people, you know, they're often nervous and they're like, yo, like, I don't know what to do, and I feel that, oh, the coaches are like really on my back and all that. I'm like, yo, just play ball, like play that sport that we all fell in love with at least one time, maybe more than once, like in our lifetime, you know, like when we were young, when we were kids, like that's what we lived for, and we always dreamed about, hey, one day I'm going to end up playing college ball. And that's you know, that. So I just try to encourage, you know, some of the young players, you know, just follow your heart and just play with your heart. Like, just play with love. Like, play with, you know, energy and aggressiveness, but also play like with some heart. Play with some love, you know.
Play with that dog.
Yeah, man. Exactly. So I wanted to talk about key plays that happened in Stevenson versus Del Valle. It was a lot of key plays, and for those who couldn't catch the game, for those who had work or just couldn't make it, there were a lot from the get-go. A kick return, return.
Well, Nesbitt, a.k.a. Dice, my guy. It was an 87-yard kick return, and you could tell as soon as he scored, the momentum just shifted in our favor, and Stevenson was basically shook, and they sat there looking at it saying, oh, this is not the 2016 Aggies. This is the 2017.
And you could say that, you could say the same thing about Stevenson, because they didn't look like Stevenson from past years.
I mean,
you know,
yeah, most definitely.
They you could tell y'all came out the locker room hype. Y'all, it felt like y'all just already knew. Soon Saturday came, we finna win.
Man, that whole week of practice was just, usually sometimes, you know, from experience from a football player that, like how you said you played yourself, you know how when you go against a team that, like, how can I say, when it's an easy win, you know it's gonna be an easy game. You're gonna go in calm, play around practice. We knew from the rip, after we beat Wilkes, when we knew we had to go back and play Stevenson at home, literally you felt the energy at practice. It was literally everybody was focused from the backups all the way to the starters. Even the special teams players were just on point. So that whole week, we just kept saying to ourselves, we can't wait for Saturday. And literally one thing that I love what Coach Greco was saying to us, and they made us so amped, was when he kept saying 19-0. That was the score from last year. Like I said, that was the first time we ever shut out, so it was a lot on the plate. So that you could tell, it was just written poetry the way we were playing.
Exactly, and I'm glad you brought up special teams. First off, I've been at Del Valle for 4 years, and which means I've been through 4 seasons. Well, this will be the 4th season I'm watching. So to see 2 special team plays return for a touchdown, I'm sitting here like, wow, like I usually you don't usually see that. You like barely see it nowadays in the NFL.
That's something Madden or
it was like I'm not kidding. Like it was like somebody was playing Madden on rookie, and somebody else, the opponent, was playing on all Madden.
It was like me playing my little brother. That's how I felt.
Exactly, and that's one thing that like I noticed that definitely did get better. Special teams unit, it looks explosive. Last year it was explosive. I'm not gonna say last year it wasn't explosive, but this year I don't know. It looks explosive. It looks explosive.
We have more swag and like that walk. It's just we're dogs out there. That's our mentality. We just go out there, do what you gotta do. It's a business. That's how we look at it. It's nothing personal. But I'm not gonna lie, this game was a little bit more personal than it was business because, like I said, there was a lot of emotions running through the game, and I'm glad that we kept our cool and our composure.
Exactly. Now, I have a question for you. So, like, obviously, I'm just the person that watches y'all play.
Right.
I'm the person that, in my mind, like just me being a former football player, seeing plays and seeing plays develop and seeing plays work and seeing plays like not work. How do you feel? Like, what are your thoughts on this season so far? Like, tell me what's going through your mind right now.
Right now, I would say it's a lot more confidence in us. Last year, it was more we were trying to fill the shoes of the Aggies in the past that won the MAC championship back to back, and we made it to the NCAA playoffs. We were so bent on the past, but this year we literally just said, no, we're gonna finish what they started. We're not gonna be the 09 Aggies. We're not gonna be the Aggies that when Sheed and Smallwood and all of them were there. We're literally gonna just play just like how we play. And you can tell just off the bat how in training camp it was just a different atmosphere. Even the coaches came in more prepared. Literally, there was no games being played.
Exactly. Now, there's somebody I want to give a quick shout out to, and like everybody. I mean, even though he plays a major role on offense, Darden.
Yes.
Now,
my God, Dash.
Now, I mean, for those who don't know Darden, obviously he's the starting quarterback for the Aggies, and I've seen a lot of quarterbacks. And he's different because usually some quarterbacks shy away from the big hits. I don't think I ever seen him get hit hard to the point like he's like, oh man, that he just got smacked. And he's doing pretty well this year. I looked at his stats, and completion is over 50%. His QBR is like through the roof. And
26, right?
Yeah,
126. Yeah.
Yep. And his touchdown to interception ratio is 8-1, which is really good. And that's what you really want in an offense. Like, you don't want to turn the ball over that much. Obviously, you don't want to turn the ball over that much. You put your defense in a bad predicament, and two, it's all about like, I mean, especially as a quarterback, it's all about like, dang, I just made a mistake. I need to get back up and lead my team to this W. And I feel like he's taking on that leadership role on the offense and the offensive line. I feel like they're doing pretty well. Everything is working. Everything is working based off of what I saw last Saturday. Everything is working, especially late in the game. I know we're a big play team. We're that team that, you know, gets them big plays off. Like that big play, like who's gonna make that big play?
Big time players make big time
play.
plays.
Exactly.
Big games.
But what really stuck out to me was toward the end when there was 4 seconds. I remember being on the sidelines, talking to somebody saying, "Hey, this game will be over if we could drive down the field." And what did we do? We drove down the field, wasted 4 minutes of clock, which meant the old. You have to shout out the old line. You have to shout out the running backs. You just shout out the offensive plays, the play calling, and everything. And you know that's something that I've noticed that is totally different from last year's team, from the teams prior to that. We're learning to drive down the field, and that separates a good football team from a great football team. That's just how I feel. So, any remarks you wanna make?
I mean, everything you said, you just hit the point. One thing that I'll say this though is you can't forget about our defense. You can't forget about.
You can't.
Our defense literally has always been one of the key factors, but it's just this year. If you look at it, the most points somebody put up on us this year was 14 so far. Literally. So, excuse me. I'm sorry. Wesley was the one. Wesley, they put up some numbers, but we stopped them. But it's just we don't break. We don't bend or break.
Right.
Literally. And one of the key defensive players I want to give a shout out to, because the way he carries himself, the way he moves himself as a leader, is these key players. Sean Miller, Nicholas DeGotti, Nick Wright, and Mike Ogamy. Literally, just watching how they play, you can tell that it's just they want to go to the promised land.
Right.
DeGotti literally had 21 tackles against Wilkes, and I believe he had double-digit tackles this week too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was all over the field.
Yeah, Ock had 8 tackles this week, but the thing about Ock is he moves in silence, which I really respect. He doesn't showboat, he doesn't go crazy, he just does his job. Now, Nick Wright, you want to talk about a walking high IQ for football?
Yeah.
That man, listen, I've never seen a man read so many plays in my life. He really reminds me of a defensive version of a Peyton Manning. Just literally just the way he carries himself. And he's so humble. Just so humble. And Sean, you know, I'm a D-back, so you know I haven't shout him out. He's been doing his job, man. Not doing too much. He's doing everything he has to do. And he has a pick 6 too, man.
Exactly. Yes, he does. Oh, and I also want to give a shout out to Sammy.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
Sammy
my
too.
fault.
More life.
Yeah,
he. I like him. I was listening to somebody talking today about him saying that it's funny. They say he does the Ric Flair impersonation. The I'm the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing. Mm-hmm. And I heard that. I'm like, yo, like I like that because like I said, I've been here for 4 years, and usually our corners are like, they're like, I'm gonna lock you up or I'm gonna play good defense on you. But Sammy's like, yeah, I'm gonna play defense on you, but I'm here all day. You gonna have to deal with not only gonna have to get over me covering you, but you're gonna have to get over me getting in your head. And I like that.
And not to I'm just saying this just for the record. You can't tell me that we're DVU if you really think about it. If you see how our defensive backs are, I mean, you had Sammy, he plays good coverage, gets the job done, ball player. Then you can't forget about Jalen.
Exactly.
Jalen Mays. That's one guy I know for sure that he doesn't talk. He just does what he has to do.
Just please.
Literally. I mean, if he has to knock you down, he will find a way. Don't be fooled by this man's size. And can't forget about McBride.
Yeah, definitely.
Literally, it's just the ball just loves him. It's literally there every time. If you ever notice, he's always near the ball every play, and that's why I love our D-backs. We take pride, and we can't thank Coach Wright enough for what he does for us. I mean, the man literally works us to death, and it always pays off in the game. Literally, it's not one time you won't hear one of our D-backs making a play on a tackle, or we're stripping the ball, or we're making a pick, or we're scoring. He literally just he prays us on technique. That's all he preaches to us, literally, and it's literally showing this year. And I'm really proud of us for that.
Definitely. Any more remarks? Anything else you want to say? You want to touch on?
We could preview us playing against FDU this week. We can talk about that. I mean, it's not much to say because, I mean, no disrespect. I mean, it is FDU. But these are the games where great teams like us, we can't go in
like a days ago.
Yeah, like a days ago, because we all know how college football is, and just football in general.
Exactly.
Any given day, literally, anything can happen.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of it. I mean, that's the beauty of football, you know, like that's where you hear the stories of underdogs becoming champions and all that. But like you said, just hopefully we don't get too lackadaisical and hopefully we could just stay the course. You know, I know Coach Greco preaches all in, and that's
sacrifice,
and that's true. Like, you have to be all in, you know. So that really is true. So hopefully, I have no doubt. I have no doubt at all that the Aggies is definitely going to win. Mm-hmm. No doubt. I just hope no one else has no doubt.
Man, listen.
I hope they play like that.
One thing I learned about Del Valle, man, since I've been here, that everybody's against us. We're the team to beat. And you would have thought that, like, the way we're talked about, you would have thought we had so many national championships on that, and we're just getting the job done. And literally, I don't even consider us an underdog this year. I really don't. We're literally the team to beat. I mean, your season's not successful unless you put up a fight with us or you knock us down, which I hardly doubt this year, because, like I said, we don't bend and we don't break. And it's just like that. I know in every part of my body that we'll go into FDU, focused and ready to go, do what we have to do, and just go back and come back home with the W. Just like that. And we have to get ready for Albright too. Because even though we beat Stevenson, the job's not done. We have to literally make Albright pay for what they did to us last year.
Definitely.
Because I'm not even going to lie. For me to watch a play like that with literally almost, 4 seconds left in the game, and for just one slip up, dang, the game over. And we just lost just like that. But let's not rush the things. I can't talk about D, and we barely just got started with A. So I mean, just know we will talk about this on the next show.
Definitely. And make sure you follow our Facebook page at DVU Podcast. And not only that, but also tune into all of our other shows. We have a Pop Shot show, talk about basically things that are happening in pop culture today. We have DVU News, basically informing everybody what's happening on campus and what's happening this upcoming week. And we also have a equine show for all you equine lovers out there, and for those who are interested, we also have an equine show. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that all our audience is happy. We want to make sure we want to feed to a vast amount of audience. We don't want to just stick with just one audience here, one audience here. We want to make sure everybody can enjoy what they're listening to. So on that note, this was DVU. This was the first show of DVU podcast. Last year was known as what was it? Just spitballing here. I like the name. But new year, New year, new name. So, like I said, this was the first show of DVU Overtime. Again, I'm your host, Daniel Corbett, and alongside with me is Justin J.B. Bryant.
You already know what it is, man.
And until next time, take care.